Okay, everyone, testing. Good, good, good. Okay, darn. Welcome in secondhand. I actually thought that Bass Jack was going to be the first person in here, but greetings. Okay. Okay, Rusty and Tekken, so you picked up a new main. Trying to think what that means, but let's... Oh, okay. Oh, cool. Main character. Okay. Okay, now what I did is I did a little testing, and I actually found out that the I actually found that that if you remember last time I meditated at the Shrine of Spirituality, and it said that I was too weary. And so what I did is I actually napped again. Let's see if we get any more information. I'm Zircon, a very busy smith. A very, very busy smith. And so, and it seems like some of the characters are starting to get in my way. Which can be annoying. Let's save it. Let's save the state as I usually do. I actually save the state beforehand. This SS9 state, that was testing, doing shrine testing. Oh yeah, I forgot. I want to rest at the inn. Welcome, welcome. A room is 20 gold pieces gold. Wilt thou stay? Yep. Shalt I record thy journey? Yep. It is done. Shalt thou depart in the morning? Okay, now, when I tested this, one thing I found out, if you say no to depart in the morning, that's actually what that does. That actually quits the game, or it actually gives you the sign to quit the game. So so whenever it says you depart in the morning, you always want to say yes. I bid thee good night. Okay, so 4 beds, 4 characters. Now, one thing that's interesting in Ultima 4, you don't really have the concept of morning. Same with the PC version. If you remember, the PC version did not have like times. It's like it was it seemed like it was daylight all the time, whereas Ultima 5 actually had the concept of time. And in Ultima 5, the NPCs actually had a schedule. So if, let's say, you went to the let's say the inn at 1 p.m. At like 2 a.m., it's likely that let's say, or the let's say pub at 4 a.m. It's probably last call and you missed it, so no one would be there. Everyone would be asleep. Secondhand, I know you hate to hear this, but I actually on Sunday skipped a workout. And you're like, huh? What? You skipped a workout? That's blasphemy! Well, my body told me. I mean, my joints were like aching like you won't believe. I was just tired. In fact, I wanted to go to the gym. And instead of going to the gym, I napped for 2 hours. So that was my body's, I think it was 2 hours, may have even been longer. And considering that I also had my bedroom light was on and I had football going on TV, I mean, that's impressive. So it's my body's way of saying, stop. So, you know, I think it's always good to rest. You know, if your body says that you need to rest, please rest. That being said, if you stick around secondhand, you will. I did a complete analysis this morning, and I'm gonna say the news is pretty good. News is pretty good. Oh, good, we only got one monster. And again, it seems like we're doing lots of grinding, but that's in Ultima 4, that's, you know, especially the NES version, because I don't know if the NES version has the same hack that the that you can use for the PC. Looks around. A treasure chest! Who will open this chest? Moody opened the chest. Moody finds... And again, we're going to do our usual hack for delaying combat. So as long as we're on the town, combat is not going to advance. Okay, I hate when the timing is such that like right before the desired moon phase change, that it goes to combat. Okay, so it looks like we killed 2 of them. It looks like the characters with horns. So the characters with horns are a little more vulnerable. I think they have a little bit less hit points. So let's go after them. Yay, we get 7 XP. Let's all go after this this enemy on the right. What? Dupre, you only had 1 job. Okay, let's go after. Okay, good. We got the we killed the character with horns. That's probably a troll. Now the rest of these are Ettins. If you notice, it looks like they have 2 heads. Okay, let's do pray. Let's go after the opposite one that you did for Shimino. Okay, just letting y'all know there is an ad break coming up soon. So yay, a treasure chest. Okay, I'm actually going to save the game right now. We are actually at the Shrine of Spirituality. And so I'm going to pause the game until the ad break passes. So what I'm going to do is probably after the third ad break, there's about probably, I'm not sure, maybe the second ad break, I'm not sure when I'll do it. I'm leaning toward after the next ad break, probably at about probably 50 minutes. That's when I'll give you my workout progress. So we have an ad break, so let's BRB everyone. That includes you, Moody. Okay, well. Okay. So welcome back everyone. Ad break is over. Let's go to the shrine. I guard the shrine of spirituality. Enter in peace, friend. Welcome to the shrine of spirituality. Speak now unto the Ankh. For how many cycles thou dost meditate? You always do 3. They don't really explicitly say here, but Moody is deep in meditation before the Ankh. Thou hast now achieved partial Avatarhood in the virtue of spirituality. Yay! And now if I look at status, you notice that now I have 2 rows of dots. The first row is, I think, for valor. The second dot lower down is for spirituality. Let's also update the tote board. I call it the tote board just because a while back, Jerry Lewis used to do a muscular dystrophy telethon. And one feature that they had, like back in the 80s, was this tote board telling people how many, telling everyone how many, people, telling people how much money was raised. Good evening, Wolfsight. Hope you're doing well this evening. Welcome to Ultima 4 tonight. Something a little bit different, but heck, different is good. Yeah. And breaks are good. Okay, so right now what we're doing is we're going to in this game you get regular encounters, but there is a way to break that regular encounter streak, and that is stand on a town or a castle. Never heard of R-Type which right now, so maybe I need to. Okay. Okay, now you see we've got some of these eye creatures. The eye creatures are gazers. Oh, cool! Classic shoot 'em up. I actually think it's good to, as much as I like RPGs, and I love streaming them because I can talk more. You know, if let's say I'm streaming something like that's fast-paced, like let's say Space Harrier, I can't really talk as much. You know, I can't really annotate and whatnot. That's what I like this. I can, talk a little bit more. Oh, everyone moved. Yay. Let's go after this gazer. Oh, yeah. You know, it's funny watching streamers trying to read the chat during racing game. You know what's even funnier? Streamers trying to read the chat and crashing. That's twice as funny in my opinion. It's like, yeah, oh, yeah, I tried to read the chat. Oh, I crashed. But yeah. So I think sometimes what I try to do in a case like that is I tell people in chat, hey, I may not get to you right away. I'm busy immersed in trying to shoot up aliens. That's why I think sometimes it's good to have a second person, especially if you're doing like a pinball stream. Have one person reading. One person's like playing pinball and someone else, maybe even next to them, is reading the chat. Okay, so let's see what happens here. Jana attacks, yep, damage 11. Dupre attacks, ooh, 44. And the reason for that is because the monster was directly to the east of Dupre. So Dupre had the option of melee. And melee tends to be a lot better than missile weapons. Although I'd love to get that magic wand for the wizards. Oh boy, that would be great. You beat enemy 1, you get 5 XP points. Wow, these monsters are tough. Okay, so we've only got one enemy. one enemy to attack. We're gonna search for a treasure chest again, let's hope. Ooh. I like that invincible sphere. It's cool because you can you know, and I like the flexibility. You can, you know, if you want to use it to shield, you can. If you want to use it to attack, you can. I like that. I like that flexibility. Oh yay, pirates. Okay, I think we're in good shape here. Okay. Okay, so the first two are gonna go after the trolls. The trolls are the enemies with heads, with horns on their heads. I like that. Both sides using great strategy. Heck, you know, I don't think there is such a thing as a boss weak spot, but if there is, you know, that's one way to do it. Exploit it. Okay, I forgot the trolls can Okay, so I'm gonna go all in on the troll. I don't know if anyone's watching the Monday Night Football game, but interesting story. The roof, they actually closed the roof because apparently debris started falling like, you know, coming down from like the roof, and so they're like, well, we better close it. And it's like, yeah, that's nice that debris came down from the roof. Why not the Swiss or the cheddar or the mozzarella? Sorry, that was cheesy. Okay, but we're attacking, we're finishing off this attack good because we want to go through the moon gate. Let's search for our chest. So far, we've been getting raw deals on the chest. I think our highest was like 27 gold. Okay, so we're going to sit here. It ain't easy being cheesy. Okay, great. We now have another Okay, let's go after the wizards because the wizards are usually fairly don't have a lot of hit points, which is typical wizards. A naked woman ran onto the field. sorry, Wolf's Eye, I had to do this. There's actually a new concept where some of the streamers are turned on what's called watch streaks, which essentially rewards you for watching so many of a particular streamer's streams, in a row. And they call that a watch streak. Well, apparently, that's the first thing I thought of when he said that someone naked. I'm like, yep. Prince Harry was attended. The question I want to know is, Wolfsley, did someone cover Prince Harry's eyes while that was going on? That's what I want to know. It is unknown at this time. Well, welcome in, Base Jack. I actually thought you were going to be the first one. First person in here, but that's all right. Succumb to the vapors. So let's see if there's any treasure. Yep. Okay, let's go for it. Yep, we're back at home. Yeah. Kind of unfortunate because, but and there, a lot of the big events, it seems like there's almost always a streaker. There's almost someone always, or even just running onto the field, it's, Friend Moody, okay. So, Lord British welcomes thee. Is there any way which I may aid thee? Yes. Health, because we're gonna get healed. And by the way, even if you really don't need it, you should always say no when he asks about good health. Always get healed. Associated. That's interesting. Usually if that happens in the States, usually the person streaking usually doesn't have anything on, and usually security, I think security usually is the one that has the jackets. They're the ones that have the jackets. Now, so some of you may say, why are you talking to the beggars anymore? I mean, excuse me, why are you talking to the people in need anymore? Well, welcome to the healer. May I serve thee? Nope. Will thou give of thy own blood so that another may live? Make sure that you always click on yes, otherwise what happens is your virtue goes down. your sacrifice virtue goes down. And we don't want that. We actually want to increase our sacrifice virtue because we haven't reached that yet. We haven't reached the partial avatarhood in sacrifice. Okay, so let's save it. Just a tip: save fairly often in games like this. Even if you are, come on, move out of the darn way. Okay, so we're gonna do the thing again. The healer. May I serve thee? Nope. And yes. Okay, and it looks like the Argonauts did win the game, so good. I don't know if you were rooting for them. Okay, in about 50 minutes, so when it's about 12 minutes from now. So that's at about 50 minutes in chat time. Because one thing I did learn as a graduate student in sciences, and especially with writing questions, is language is important. What I mean is like selecting the right words so that you have a clearly written question. Okay, so we've got Hawkwind here, Seer of our Souls. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to first pick spirituality, which we know, or we've already have elevation. You're more of a word salad type of guy. Okay, now you notice that we've achieved partial avatarhood, but said guard well the virtue. So what that means is don't do anything stupid. Yep. So we're going to look at compassion. Compassion is essentially based on giving gold to beggars, giving gold to people in need. So notice that we're worthy of avatarhood. So that's why we're not worried about increasing it. It's like we're maxed out. So now we're going to look at the sacrifice. Let's look at sacrifice. Sacrifice, one of the things about sacrifice is giving of life's blood. Woohoo! So what that means now, so now we can change our updated valor, compassion, valor on. So I think sacrifice goes there if I remember. Woot woot. So nicely done, Moody. So now we've got 6 out of 8. All we've got left is honesty and justice, and those are going to be a bit of a grind. Those are going to be a bit of a grind because we will bribe the judicial system and earn both. Well, I'm going to wait here because this is where the gate appears. Greed is honest. And better they take your money than Not even bribing. Well, I don't know if how familiar most of you are with the tax rules in the United States, but one thing is one thing that you if you can actually depending on how you do your taxes. In some cases, you may be able to, if let's say you give to charity, you may be able to deduct that money and therefore pay less in taxes. Now, it's a little more complicated. You have to itemize your deductions, yada yada yada. But I used to do that back in the early days before they raised the standard deduction really high. I actually used to do that. I would give I'd give a lot of clothing to like thrift qualifying charities. Tinker enjoyers rise up. Unfortunately, I don't think we have a tinker in the party. Dupre's a paladin, Shimino's a ranger. Although the monster does look like a tinker. But that's what I used to do, and I would actually get a decent amount back in. I would actually get a decent refund. Yeah, I think there's like 8 basic character. Oh, there's 8 basic characters. There's an ad break coming up, and it's going to be but that, okay, so let's see. Okay, so now we're gonna go in it. Yeah. But yeah, I think the 8 classes are Mage, Druid, Paladin, Ranger, Fighter, Shepherd, Tinker, and one more. Okay, ad break is in progress, so I'm doing a BRB. Now, okay, ad break is over, so I'm going to welcome everyone back. Okay, so we're going to wait here a little bit. Oh, great. The nudging and winks continue. Yep. Okay, I'm not going to do any major flexing today, but I am going to at least talk about the progress that I've made. And I'm going to talk a little bit about, I'm going to talk while the game is going. But there's two, in science, there's two types of measurements you can make. What we call qualitative and quantitative. Now, when you think of qualitative, you usually think of qualities, but qualitative usually does not involve numbers. Usually in qualitative, you're like, yeah, it's finicky, because qualitative, you have to kind of define a certain standard. You can say, well, it's like, it's like qualitative. Let's say you want to say, well, so we have this beer that claims to be 0% alcohol. Well, honestly, it's very difficult to remove all of the alcohol from beer and processing, so so a lot of times what happens is you have to say a limit. You have to say, hey, anything under this percent, or qualitative could be like, let's say you're losing weight, and maybe you don't make measurements, but let's say let's say female friends say, or friends that you hope have a crush on you say, hey, you're losing weight, Or yeah, you're losing weight, you're looking buff, man. You know, and that's qualitative. Me, I tend to go more towards the quantitative. I'm more of a numbers person. Yeah, no, I've been black holes. Well, actually, no, I don't do that. I don't bend black holes for fun. Okay, what I do is I jump, I get right in the middle of a black hole, and I just simply escape. But okay. So first of all, the bad. I actually, in the past 2 weeks, I actually gained 5 pounds. Yes. Okay. 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 So, and I'm going to actually summarize it in chat also what I say. Now, do we know if it's really raw muscle? Not really, because even though we can do, there's tests we can do, there are still some flaws to the tests. So the tests are not perfect. But some tests are much better than others. And of course, the first piece of good news is most of my bodily measurements increased. Like the arms got a little bigger, forearms got a little bigger, thighs got bigger. The only exceptions being the waist and the navel, which is good. Navel is kind of around the belly button. So what that probably means is that I did not really gain. So that means I probably gained a decent amount of muscle, but I didn't really gain a lot of fat. So body measurements increasing is a good thing. Hey Tim, how you doing? And I'm also while battling here. Let's search. And Jimmy, how you doing? No, you need, see, yes, you're right, Jimmy, you do need fat to live. I think you know, but even if you're eating, you still need some fat, you know. So some people that try to go super low fat don't do it, because what happens is it starts messing with your bodily functions. I mean, some people say, hey, you know, I'm not taking any fat, and I'm not getting, you know, my period, or like, you know, my skin is starting to like get unhealthy, you know, etc. But let's see, what else have I noticed? The next thing is the amount of weight I can lift has actually been increasing at what I would say a fairly rapid rate. And what I mean by that, what I mean by fairly rapid, is I mean, it's, you know, oh, okay, good. And when I say rapid, I mean it's like almost on some exercises, almost every week, I'm actually increasing the amount of weight that I use. Of course, I actually record this. It's not like, oh yeah, I play it by, you know, I'm like, okay, I did 3 sets of this exercise. First set I did 60 pounds. I got to the last set for 80 pounds and I did it 13 times. So this is becoming too easy. So what that means is I need to increase the intensity. You know, and so those all are signs that I'm okay. Also, lastly, I don't know if this is lastly, but I have a scale that can actually measure water, amount of water in your muscles, and so that's fairly constant, which is also a good sign. Okay, we only got one more enemy to go. Do prey attacks, damage 23. Okay, welcome on in. Got a few more people watching. John Moody of Moody Mystery. I was actually talking a little bit about the progress I've been making in my, and I'm going to call it wellness journey. You know, and notice I said journey. You know, because a lot of people, what happens, they have a goal in mind. I don't know if anyone's heard of Healthy Wage, but you get, I actually did it a couple times. You get paid for getting, attaining a certain weight. You know, if you, let's say you bet I'm going to lose 40 pounds, it calculates how much it thinks it's going to pay you, and if you do attain that, you get the money. Okay, who are you? I've seen a dissertation on Monroot in a book by a calumny of you. Sadly, the page on which its location appeared had been torn. Okay, so let's actually record that. Now what that may do is when we see calumny in you, so when we see calumny in you now, that may open up as a possible option. At last, I discovered the secret of magical negation. Sulfurous ash, garlic, black pearl, and precious manroot. Okay, so let's record that. Negate. Ash, garlic, pearl, manroot. I like that cheese grater time. Okay, now, one thing if you remember, one thing we are looking for is the Book of Truth. And being that this is a library, we may find it here. There's a good chance we may find the book here. So I'm going to look everywhere to see if the book is here. Yes, DeForte, I'm feeling better. Welcome on in. And DeForte, I don't know if you remember my talking about the pinball tournament that my stomach really got irritated. I'm pretty sure I found what may have happened. And I'm going to say the news is both good and bad. Wow, yes, we've got everyone here today. Well, first thing I may is it's possible I may have a very mild hernia. It's called an umbilical hernia, but it's very mild. In other words, I don't have any of the major symptoms. Like I don't have yay, I found a book. Now, that being said, as I said, it's very mild because I looked up the symptoms and they talk about things like nausea, vomit, and I think the worst I had was nausea. But on the day of the pinball tourney, I drank a protein shake. Now I can sing the song about protein shake brings all the boys to the alright, but my Lady Beth can tell thee more. But what happened is, and so what you do, see, I have a mild form of it, so I can probably control it with diet until, till later on. But you have to avoid foods that make you, I forget what the term is, bloated. It's not constipated. What was the term again? I forget it. Truth is one of the three principles. Dost thou know how many virtues contain truth? I'm going to say no this time. For there are honesty, justice, honor, and spirituality. Okay. Protein shakes. Oh yeah, I remember going back here and this being a nothing burger. I'm trying to remember what that term is. It's, you know, it's kind of, it's a synonym for bloated. It's not constipation. It's not that. It's not, you know. I don't know if can anyone in chat at least, you know, synonym for bloated. It's not diarrhea. Inflamed, not quite. But they did mention that as a possibility. It seems something very specific towards the stomach. Not distended, but that you're on the right track. Once one of you says it, I'll be like, yeah, that's it. Bombed? No, that's what you do to dead people. Dilapidated? No, that's actually something totally different. Dilapidated is... Enraptured, enchanted, embalmed. Until I think of the term, I'll go with bloated for now. Sorry, I'm writing something funny. Okay. So I'm gonna verbally Jimmy. Yep, I'm going with Bilkum and Steel. DeForte actually. Okay. Of course you can attack diagonal, but only if you have a bishop. Now, if you don't get that pun, then start playing some chess. Okay. Thank you, DeForte, for coming. For watching. I'm not sure how much longer I'll be on, but I really appreciate it, and I look forward to your. Hopefully, I can catch your stream tomorrow. And if anyone can think of that synonym for bloating, then you know, that would be cool. And no, I'm not cheating, okay? I'm not gonna cheat and just look it up. I wanna figure it out on my own. I mean, distended. I mean, distended is probably the closest thing, but there was another term. Meteorism. Ad break is coming up soon. So just letting y'all know. Okay, now here is where I'm going to. Okay, so I'm going to do a couple things here. Okay. Okay, we got an ad break, so we're going to BRB. Okay, I'm going to welcome everyone back. Everyone back. We're back. Welcome to Spells Unlimited, Britannia's leading magic book service. Ever been here before? Yep. Which spell wouldst thou? Let's see, reflect. Reflect A. What ingredients are required for that one? See, I think it's ash, ginseng, garlic, and fungus. It is done! Yay! Negate. Ash, garlic, pearl, and manroot. I'm going to guess on the tremor spell. I'm going to take a guess on that one. Ash, moss, and manroot. Yes, I got it! Ooh, 40 magic points in its casting. Okay, so now what I've done is I've actually learned a few more spells. Okay, so sorry, I was like looking something up. Right now I'm gonna as far as the exact term, I forget what it was, but I'm gonna go with bloating or distended. You know, for respect to the stomach. I think constipation may have been mentioned, but yeah, let's go with distended. Distended for bloating. Yep, let's go with that. Okay, now the key here. So what's the key here is to not shortchange the yeah, I think it could also be based on gas, because I think they mentioned that milk causes gas. And I'm trying, maybe there's a medical term for like if your stomach has a lot of gas. Okay, its price is 2 gold pieces each. How many do you wish? So we're gonna get 6 ash. That will be 12 gold, okay? Yes. And the person says they're blind. Please count 12 gold and hand it to me. So, be sure that the top number, this number matches this number. Be sure these two numbers match. That's the key. Now, I think what you have to do is you have to go in and out several times. Otherwise, I think if you're in town for a single time, it only counts it as one. So I'm not sure how that works. And so what I'm going to do, I'm going to save it each time. So let's buy something else. Let's buy the next reagent, which is garlic. This Pepsi, okay. I'm wondering secondhand, did they come up with that term because sometimes you get gas from drinking too much Pepsi? Because Pepsi is in the name of it. Okay, so let's talk here. Ginseng. Canceled. Is this Pepsi one of the canceled versions of soda and Fallout? Okay, we're only gonna get 5. Now let's get 6. That will be 30 gold, okay? Yes. And again, remember, this number must match this number before you hit A. Okay, so what we're doing is we're kind of spamming. Not really spamming, but we're kind of like trying to artificially raise our honesty and justice virtues. Ah, yes, garlic. I only wish 4. Again, because I'm not here to really buy reagents per se. I'm here to, on the number of transactions, to you know, assuming each transaction raises honesty and justice. And what I'm doing is I'm assuming that leaving town and returning resets that. So right now I'm kind of, I guess you can call it grinding. So here we go again. Let's go with the spider silk this time. So we'll do silk web. We're gonna get 6. So that's 18. And again, we don't want to take advantage of the blind person. Now, I did read somewhere where if you overpaid the person, the blind person, you'd get a bigger boost. But I think that was for the for the PC version and Commodore version. But I want to welcome everyone in. John Moody of Moody Mystery. Well, now secondhand, there used to be in the Commodore 64, there used to be a hack where if you pressed a certain button, it would give you a string of numbers, which that string of numbers kind of told you where each of the virtues were, where each of the virtues stood. Yeah, put the coin in different slots, fall in different metals, chime differently. Well, remember, this is back in the old days. Let's go with moss. Okay, that's 30, good. Visit me again. Now, the thing to keep in mind is we really don't know where we stand until we you know, go to the seer. Or until we go to Hawkwind in the castle. I only want 2. Okay, now one question that you may ask, some of you may ask, okay, Moody, what happens? So, like, how do you know if you mess up? Well, remember I do have the, well, actually I don't know. I thought I was going to make a clever observation, but I really can't right now. Okay, so let's save it here. Its price is 5, so we're now going through the list a second time. Second hand says I need to work on my sleight of hand. And second hand looks like is trying to help the blind person count coins so they don't have to trust others. So they don't have to rely on the honesty of others. I think that let's do one more, then we'll go, and then we'll go back to Britannia and see where we stand. And so right now what we're doing, some of you may be wondering, why are you going in and out of the reagent shop? It's our way of right now we only have 2 more virtues to get to be eligible for becoming an avatar. And that is justice and honesty. And one thing we need to do for both is not cheat the blind people that sell reagents. Okay, so let's see where this puts us. Let's see if this really helped us or if this was just a big nothing burger. Now, knowing DeForte, if DeForte would have had this game, DeForte would have probably torn apart the code and be like, you know, would have told you exactly what you needed to do. If Jimmy were still here, Jimmy would say, just hex edit it in. You know, just hex edit. You know, cheat to win. Now we have a while to wait for the moon gate to show up. So I'm just going to wait on the town. Okay, here we go again. I'd say rob that merchant blind, but and then the thing is, second-handed Jimmy with the earlier Ultimate games, you actually could do that. I mean, what people would do on Ultima 2, there was a town you'd pull into, and what you'd do is you'd go to the side and you just would start stealing. And once the guards started coming, you'd then split. Then you'd leave. You'd leave, then you'd rinse and repeat. Yes, Jimmy, this is the player. And actually, I think that's all the way up. I think that's all the way up to Ultima 6, if I remember. Ultima 6 is the player who gets the kill actually gets the XP. I'm pretty sure it's all the way up that far. I'm not sure about Ultima 7. I'm not sure if Ultima 7 is that way or not. Okay, one thing I don't think I ever did, I don't think I ever finished the story of what happened. Well, with the type of hernia that I had, it was it's one of those things where if I move a lot, it irritates it. But also that morning, I had a protein shake. Now, the thing about the protein shake is the topping, it was a casein protein shake. And one thing about casein is that it really produces a lot of gas. And so what happened is I essentially drank a gas bomb, ate some food, and then I walked around a lot, and so essentially what I was doing was basically everything that you should not be doing. For such an issue. And so that's why I had such stomach pains, because of all that, because my stomach was bloated like beyond belief. You know, I ate probably some food, because I also had a donut that morning which had dairy in it. And that's the last thing you want to eat, you know, because dairy often does make you constipate. I mean, does make you bloated. So what I've done is I've looked at all my other foods, and so I now know what to limit. Right now I'm undecided about when the stream will end. It can either be 2 hours and 10 minutes, 2 hours and 40 minutes. I don't know which. Hey, Will Tortoise Score. Hope you're doing great this evening. I'm doing pretty well myself. Well, welcome to the world of Ultima 4. Just letting you all know there is an ad break coming up soon. Let's see. Will Torres said the coolest man on Twitch is here. I don't know if that marries it narrows it down that much, but I'm glad you know, because okay, Moody attack. Ah, cool. Ah, excellent. Nothing. Okay, so let's search. We've got a treasure chest. A treasure chest. Who will look around? Who will open? Okay, we see the moon gate. Okay, good. We made it. Oh wow, cool. Tim and Will, I'm glad both of you got to at least see each other. Whoa. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna take the stream till 2 hours and 40 minutes. But that being said, if someone says like it's nearly 3 a.m. So I was up to 3 a.m. So if you need to go to bed by all means. But yeah, well, that's fine, you know, because I've watched. I mean, honestly, I've watched several streams. In fact, I think last morning I was actually watching a couple streamers from Australia. You know, and they, you know, and they tend to have they're way on the other side of the world. So, you know, when it's when they stream, it's sometimes like 3 a.m. for me. I actually woke up and I was like, heck yeah. Okay. So all we need is honesty and justice. First, let's check honor. Because if honor is off, then that means we made an error. Whoa, and Will, I think if you're talking about me, nicely that you actually are one of the few people that recognize my first name. Okay, so let's see what we get here. Okay, come on, big bucks, no whammies. Yep. Honesty. What? I'm only progressing very well? Come on! Come on, you game. You're only saying I'm progressing very well? Now, if it says I'm progressing only well in justice, then it's gonna kind of get. It's not. Let's just say things could get a little bit cray-cray. Okay, let's see justice. Well, actually, what I'm gonna do is I have a different place I'm gonna try for. I have a different place I'm gonna try. Let's see how I am. Okay. Okay, status. Okay, I have 860 gold, which isn't bad. Okay, I thought I had a little less. Oh well, I wish you had 860 gold. Wow. Friend Moody and Hope of Britannia, I welcome thee. Is there any way in which I may aid thee? Yes. Health, darn it. Okay, now, one thing I'm going to let a secret on is, now sacrifice, you notice it took us a while a while to get to qualify for Avatarhood. One thing now you don't want to do is you don't want to now talk to the healer, because if you talk to the healer and you accidentally say no, that you're not going to donate blood, guess what happens? You get penalized in sacrifice. Okay, I have an idea what I'm going to do with the ship. Okay, so remember we're going until 2:40, so it's about 45 more minutes. Sacrificed. Okay, so y'all know what I'm going to do. I'm going to go to Plan B. I'm going to go to Plan B, and I'm going to, instead of going in and out, I'm going to just, you know, simply just do several different herbs in one transaction. Hello, Hellgraph Dragon. How are you doing? And welcome on in. Heck, you even came at a perfect time. It's NES Ultima 4. Right now, what we're doing is it looks like we're battling monsters. What we're actually battling the stubborn game of trying to raise some and I'm giving you my nod of approval on that, Will. But I disagree on Ultima 5. I'm just going to say Ultima 5 for the NES, no. I played Ultima 5 on the NES for about 2 minutes. About 2 minutes, and thank goodness I actually rented the cartridge. Thank goodness that it was back in the day when you can rent cartridges. Thank goodness I rented it. Because the interface was just, ugh. The interface was, I don't know how bad. And welcome on in, Gixxer. Wow. And Gixxer, I think you were there on yesterday on Sunday when we almost had a party wipe. Oh boy, that was ugh. I don't know how in the heck this happens. I'm not complaining, but it's like getting all the cool people in here. And as I said, we're going till 2:40, so I'm got about 40 more minutes, and that's estimated. I mean, we've got about there's potentially about 2 or 3 people that could raid us. Okay, let's save the state again. Yep. Okay, now again, I'm going to show you this. If you look right here, you see how this block has a little notch in it. And by the way, if I educate too much, let me know. You know, because occasionally I have been known on over-educating, not here, but sometimes in private tutoring. Okay, so yes, that's actually one of the favorite things. Welcome to the herb shop. Can I help? Let me try something. I'm just going to try something. It's just like, yeah. Welcome to the herb shop. Can I help? Yes, let's get some ash. What is it with all of these people that work in the herb shop? Let's Yep, let's get more. Let's get some garlic. Okay, yep, let's just do more reagents. Silk web. So what we're doing is we're trying to we're trying to get our honesty and our justice up. We're trying to get it so that we're trying to get it so that the Hawkwind tells us that we're eligible for Avatarhood. Okay, so we got 20, yep. that's interesting. Wow, 2 ways into the herb shop. Okay. Let's save the state. Okay, so status. What I'm trying to do is see how I can use. Okay, so I've got a book. Okay. Okay, so let's. So what we're gonna do is now we're gonna go back to the okay. Okay, let's go after that Kraken thing over there. Okay, I want to thank everyone. As I said, we're going to just giving you an update on when the stream is ending because if you did look at my schedule, you'll notice that my schedule says that I'm gonna end at like 2 hours and 15 minutes. So I always want to keep you updated. I'm one of those that's very particular about time. So in other words, if a class ends at 8:50. You know, if a class ends at 8:50, you know, at 8:50 I'm going to be out of there. Yep. But I also went the other way. So when I would teach, I was very conscious of the students. You know, maybe I made too much of a big deal about it, but I'd say, hey, my wife, you know, I even say, my wife says class is over, so have fun. It's out of respect for them, because heck, you know, maybe they need to get to the, let's say, like the building across campus. You know, I didn't want to be the one to hold them up, you know. Okay, so it looks like these monsters can throw missile weapons. Oh, okay. Yay, we killed one of them. Maybe Shimino will take care of this one. Yeah, baby! Woohoo! Yeah. Now, the only drawback is we don't get gold on the open sea. Okay, so what we're gonna do, we're gonna see how we've progressed. And FYI, I am doing this kind of on a mini Iron Man, so all this grinding, I'm not going. I tend to be one of those that I'll mention something when I get out of the castle. Well, see, it's Iron Man Light because I don't know how. I don't know how this works on what happens if you die, because I know on Ultima 4, some of the versions, if the main, I think if the main character dies, then the entire party is brought back to life, whereas in Ultima 5, I think in Ultima 6 that's true that the main, wait, maybe, I think it's 6. I'm not sure about 4 or 5, but I know in 6, if the main character dies, the avatar dies, then you're brought back to Lord British. 5, definitely not. 4, I don't remember. 4, I think not, unless trying to remember now. Okay. True. Okay, virtues, honesty. Okay, we're progressing very well in this virtue. Yippee-ki-yay. And let's ask about justice. Woohoo! We've made some progress. You see that they say we are progressing very well in this virtue. So that means that we're at least making some progress. Okay. Okay, so what I'm doing, what I've decided to do is for the last part of the stream. I've decided what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to visit a couple of the shrines and see if I can't, at least get some more. We're gonna have to do that anyway. So like the other virtues, the 6 where we are already leveled up sufficiently, and And also, I hate to change. I'll just change the subject anyway. But with respect to the, there is an ad break coming up. So I'm just saying this is the last one. This is going to be the last one. Unless we get raided. Heck, you never know. We could get raided. And I'm looking at the people out there. I can see that there's probably two potential people that may, two potential streamers that may decide to raid me. Ooh, okay. And one thing I'm not a fan of doing, I'm just not a fan of getting a raid saying, oh, we're leaving in 2 minutes, bye-bye. Yeah. Okay. Perfect timing. It's like, wow. Ouch. Okay, we're back. Stream's gonna be ending in about 20 minutes unless we get raided. Now when you play games, sometimes you like to pause, you know. Like sometimes, let's say you have to go to the bathroom, or maybe the cat gets out. Or you know, the mail person came by and you want to know Did I win the Publishers Clearinghouse sweepstakes? You know, what you can do, there's various ways. In this game, you just hit the A key and it brings up this menu. And I can be gone for 3 hours. Ultima 4, in the, I think in the Commodore and the PC version, you can click on Z for stats. But yeah, make sure you know the way that you can, pause games, because it's very useful, because... Okay. Okay, you're welcome. If you have to leave, Base Jack, I'm glad you're here. I do want to put out a message though. Okay. I didn't really give you a shout out, Base Jack, but I did tell you what you're streaming, so tomorrow, and I won't be streaming. Tuesday, there's too many cool people streaming. Okay, so I guard the shrine of compassion. Enter in peace, friend. Okay, so let's talk to the Ankh. For how many cycles thou dost meditate? Let's do 3. Moody is deep in meditation before the Ankh. Thou hast now achieved partial Avatarhood in the virtue of compassion. So now if we look at our status, you notice that now we have 3 out of 8 marks for the Ankh. Now, I'm not sure if I'll get to number 4 tonight, because, and the reason being is because of the way. Oh darn, we didn't get past the other ship. So let's all go after the blue guy. Or the blue person, sorry. Okay. Really, miss? Now, in case some of you are wondering why I'm going for the Avatarhood, I know in the PC version there is a bug you can exploit. I'm not sure if you can exploit it in the NES version, but there's only one way to find out. It's not really a bug. It's like in the PC version, once you get the Mystic Armor, you can actually sell it. And Mystic Weapons, you can sell them and you get a lot of money for them. And that's actually the one drawback to the NES version and Ultima 4 in general, because I don't know if any of you've played Ultima 5, either PC or Commodore. But if, let's say, you kill a fairly powerful monster, and I include fairly powerful monsters as Reapers, Sand Traps, and Dragons. If you kill any of those monsters, not only do you get the treasure chests give you the treasure chests in Ultima 5 not only give you gold, but they give you lots of items. And I mean, in some cases, lots of items. And not just like ordinary items, not like, oh, yippee-ki-yay, we found a spear. Whoop-de-doo. It's like, no, you didn't, you found, like, sometimes you can find things like halberds, magic bows, plate mail. And I mean, you can sell those at shops for boku bucks. You know, and I mean, it just gets crazy. Now, Ultima 3, sometimes you do get armor and weapons in the chests, so you know, sometimes you get like chain. You can sell that for a good amount of gold. Really, game? These are what I call nixies. And their name says that they are. They are indeed nixie. Which is a term for kind of like being misbehaving. Okay. So let's keep on going. Let's go for the nixies. Now, fortunately, this game, like, you target one of the nixies. If that nixie happens to be killed, fortunately in this game, it allows you. The game picks another nixie to target. And one thing I also try to do is I know, you know, I also try to I have to check to see who I'm following, because I think some of you I'm not following. Shame on me. So I think I need to update things. Need to update, see who's. You know, that being said, I know not everyone necessarily streams. Okay, yay, we got rid of the nixie. So it's approximately in this area where we turn down. Okay, we didn't quite make it all the way. And what the heck is that thing there? I don't know what it is, but let's. It doesn't look familiar, so we're just gonna get rid of it. Like, okay, let's kill this thing first. Choices I see. Let's see. I also do want to put up an announcement. There is something that I need to get more information about, and it's called December. And apparently what it is, it's in December, a lot of people in the retro community stream DOS games. And I don't know if anyone here is in that boat, but I'm actually giving some serious thought to looking into it, because what I'd like to do, I've been playing a lot of RPGs. I'm thinking of expanding a little bit. Thinking of expanding, maybe do like different types of games, like, different DOS games maybe. Oh yeah. Beat 'em ups. Okay, so apparently you're thinking a fair amount of the DOS games are beat 'em ups. So I'll have to look into that, but I have a few other DOS games that that I can break out that are of the RPG nature. I have some discs that discs and CDs that are that I've bought or have been gifted. So I need to look into those, see if I have any of those that maybe could stream. I've also done some text adventure games. I don't know if those are the most exciting for streaming, but still, it's fun. It's fun to go into a room where they say this room really is really smells of coal gas, which permeates the entire room. So you've got this room where there's like a lot of like explosive coal gas, and you say, okay, let's light a match. Let's see what happens. Or you're on a ledge and you're like, jump! What could go wrong? One of those things. It's like the old fun ways to die in adventure games. It's like they actually had a TV show a long time ago. It was called 1,000 Ways to Die, where they'd be like, I think several of them were like fake, were like not real, but it was kind of fun seeing all of the ways that, You know what? When I remember that show was probably the best way to describe it. 1,000 Ways to Die. It's probably a let's just say it's a show that that plays clips of candidates for the Darwin Awards. Yeah, December, as I said, I haven't looked it up, so I don't know what all is involved or what you need to do. But honestly, it is something. Let's go through this again. The Techno community is calling this Ninja November. Well, okay, so we're gonna do the herb shop thing again. Okay. Ginseng. That will be 30 gold. Okay, yep. Sounds good to me. So let's go for garlic. Yep, let's get more. Silk web. Okay, again, I'm being very careful here. You want to be very careful here. Ninja November. So let's go for moss. Well, after what we're gonna do is we're gonna have one more battle, and then we're gonna call it, and then we're gonna raid out. Okay, and I've decided that we are going to go on a pinball raid, but not yet, not yet. So next battle, we got one more battle to go. Come on, I want to battle, darn it. Oh, great. This could take a while. Pinball Fiend? I would say yes, I am. So please stick around for the raid. This is going to be the last battle. Any machines that we could look up to Marvel? Now, I don't know, are you talking about like the Marvel comics? Because there are several games that are based on like some of the Marvel comic. Oh, to admire. Let's see. I can't put them in chat because I'm busy with this. Oh, Addams Family, Twilight Zone, Deadpool. Those come to mind. Deadpool, I'm trying to think if there's any others that come to mind. 8-Ball Deluxe. I actually have that one at my my mom's home. Iron Maiden, that's also a good one. Oh, roller games, that's also a top one of mine. There's a lot of them that I like. Oh, I forgot about Funhouse and Earthshaker. Oh boy. If you're asking machines that I like, we could be here all day. Okay, this battle should be over soon, so please feel free to stick around for the raid to Angry Old Man Gaming. Okay, so I'm going to do a few final things. Let's search for a chest. Okay, so let's save it. Let's save the state. Okay, again, I want to say next stream's going to be 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, so we're going to raid. Angry Old Man Gaming Official, feel free to stick around for the raid. I think I raided him once before, but let's go on in. Good.
I remember liking think, when I was a kid, but I remember it's one of the movies that I like rewatched as an adult, and I was like, I don't know, it didn't really, not quite as good as I remember it, you know? Booty mystery with the raid. We'll let the Wu-Tang go, and then we'll welcome everybody properly.